Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. So we have a few people online. Some people are still trickling in. They're coming in from getting their coffee, getting set up, getting going. So we'll get started. I respect all of your guys' time. It's valuable. Uh, they say time is money, and so I know you guys showed up ready to go 10:30. So I'll respect your guys' time and jump right in. So um, we didn't have a couple of training sessions the last 2 weeks, but we're getting back. We're getting started today. We're gonna have one next week. I will be out. I'll be traveling out to New York, so I will not be here. I'll be at a real estate conference. Today we're going to try to fill in as much as we can and get you guys all going with how to be successful and some industry insights and stuff that's going on within the industry itself. So that way you guys could take back and have as talking points with your clients. So as usual, the format of our agenda goes like this. Actually, let me see. I might be off. It's not working. Go to the next slide. So, go ahead.
Can you try it now?
All right, there we go. Okay, so we go over recognition, uh, office updates, industry news, and marketing topics. So we also end out with call to action challenge for all of you guys to kind of take something back with you guys and start working on your week for or in the upcoming day. So want to start off with recognition. Um, Production for January, we have 19 closings so far for a total volume of 11.5. Our goal for this month is actually 35 transactions. So we're about 16 shy. Most of them actually end up closing in the last week anyway. I know there's some that are in the works. So our volume is 11.5. Some recognition there. We have Olga with 3 transactions along with Tim, a top producer. And so we have both of those with 2.4 and 1.5 million in production. Monty with 2 transactions at a little over 2 million. And then I wanted to start inserting some mortgage information as well, letting you know about our mortgage side of the business as well and how that's doing. So we have on the lead mortgage side, we have 10 loans so far for about 4 million that's been produced. So just keep that in mind as you guys are working with your clients. We also offer mortgages in-house as well. So, all right. Birthdays, I know we had a 2 week gap, so I'm gonna read them off as quickly as possible. Ali Mua on the 13th, Christopher Giles on the 15th, Nancy Anguiano on the 20th, Addie Reese Miles on the 25th yesterday. So this is when we get into the more recent ones. Sequinder on the 25th, and then Verinder on the 29th, and Olga coming up on the 30th. So in case those are your friends, you guys know them, wish them I was almost gonna say Merry Christmas. I don't know why. I think because you use the word wish and then Merry. So just wish them a happy birthday. It was their birthday in the month of January. So I like to highlight and recognize our team members who are celebrating another year of life because that's what's most important. So I wanted to recognize Andrew. He is he's actually not here. I don't know where he went, but I wanted to recognize him for joining us as a team. He wanted to get involved with the brokerage at a family level, obviously being able to connect with the organization and bring his talents to the company. And so he made an immediate impact on the office and the way it looks. I know sometimes all of the details don't get seen about what's going on, but he jumped right in, started fixing computers. So if you start to see computers that get put out in agent workstation, some of that has to do with his work along with Kareem's. But Andrew went in, troubleshooted a bunch of computers along with cleaning up the back office space that we're trying to remodel and redesign for all of you guys to have almost like a workspace similar to maybe you could think of like Starbucks or the co-working spaces where you can collaborate and have a more informal setting versus the cubicles. We'll still keep cubicles up front, but that back part's being worked on, and Andrew's been instrumental in getting all of that done. And so I'm grateful for his work, and I wanted to make sure that I recognize him for what he did. So if you guys see him, tell him great job. All right. So moving on to the next one, I wanted to share a success story. This one actually comes from one of your guys' peers, Harkamal, which he's not here right now. He normally is able to come in a little bit later, but Harkamal actually built his business on social media, or he started working his business through social media. He had limited clients that he was working with, didn't have a whole lot of activity going on. So what he did is he just went out and started creating content on social media, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And obviously, starting off, you get really low engagement, but he stayed consistent. He stayed consistent. He was intentional. He actually ended up connecting with one individual a while back ago, and actually, almost all of his transactions have come from social media. But one recently that just occurred, he started having conversations through Facebook and Instagram, and over the course of time, it developed into a client-agent relationship. He just got his listing for over $900,000, $925,000 listing, 100% from social media. Complete stranger, didn't know him. Guess what? We always talk about investing into marketing. You'll always get people soliciting you like, hey, send out postcards. Hey, send out mailers. Hey, do this. He did it completely free. Social media is free. You can have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of those for free. There's no canvassing, no paid ads. All it was just a conversation and consistency. That's all it took. $900,000 listings on the market now because of that. So I wanted to share his success story because I wanted to highlight that the business is out there. It really is, but it's happening with those who are having the conversation. So I put that up there. I want to really emphasize that because people are getting business. We just have to have the conversations that get us to it. So, all right, some office announcements, and I actually want to highlight the upcoming event. So, on Thursday, Praveen has worked with Chua. She's a financial strategist. She'll actually have a class here on Thursday at 11 a.m. So be here. It's another training session. We've had some really, really good training sessions on Thursdays. I know last week we had one that was really good about our online and social media presence. And then the one before that was Coach B, who also gave us a lot of insight and also fired a lot of us up, got us all excited more than what we were expecting to be that day. But he came with a lot of energy, and I think he impacted a lot of us in how he shared his information. So, Harkamal just walked in, so let's give him a round of applause. There you go. He completely missed it, but he'll just know that we clapped for him. What was that? Oh yeah, Andrew too. Andrew walked in too. So they were both related to the party. So moral of the story is be here at 10:30 so you can hear your name get called. All right. So my clicker's not working here. All right. So office updates, really quick. I want to give you guys some updates on the office. So we have a couple of things that I want to go over. So office cleanup, as I told you guys, I recognize Andrew for helping clean up the office. We're doing a lot of work. It's so tedious. I promise you, it's so hard to get through all this stuff. But we're trying. We're putting in all of the effort. If you see, we're even painting the walls. We're trying to reinvest into the building to make it look nice, to be presentable as we walk and deal with our clients. And so some of that comes with us that own office space or desk space or are utilizing the space, just making sure to keep the areas clean, keep the clean desktops. I will be going around. It really is important because I want us to project excellence at our office, and so we're trying to work on it, and we're working on it as best as we can. But one of the things that I have seen a lot is NPI means non-public information. So if you have contracts on your desk, I will pull those and I'll have them somewhere else. Do not keep them on the desk because they are customers' information. I'm sure none of you guys would want any of your information being on someone else's desk as people are walking through. We do have tax preparers that are here and they have walked their clients. And so it's just not necessary to have any client's information on anyone's desk. And it's not to get anyone in trouble individually. It's just a reminder to say, hey, make sure that as you're walking away from your desk station, that you clean up any information that's on there. Now, there is another thing. There are some desks that we've been getting rid of because we are replacing some desks. So if you want a free desk, come see me after. We have some desks that are free. And but what I mean by free is not for here. If you want it for your home or know someone who needs a desk, maybe a student who does school at home or whatever, let me know. We have a few desks that we're willing to give away. So that's what the last bullet point is. Let me know if you guys need a free desk. Now this was something that we've been working on, the back office website. I really want to stress the utilization of it. If you guys have IT tickets that need to be worked on, use it. If you want to know how to onboard an agent, use it. If you want to know what's going on at the office, go there. Open house opportunities. If you have an open house, rather than emailing me or Caitlin or Kareem saying, hey, can someone do an open house? There's a form in there where you can fill it out and say, hey, I have an open house in case anyone wants to host one. You can put the information on there. We'll connect you with agents who are willing and ready to do it. And then lastly, I'm actually going to have Kareem go into our office, our back office, because I want to show you guys a new tool that just came out.
Is that an app?
It's a website. So we'll actually link it. It's BHHSER backoffice.com, but we'll actually send it out. But this is a website that we use internally as an organization. You will not have access to everything because not everything is meant to be made public until you create an account. So if you have not created an account, all you have to do is go in there, sign up, create an account. Kareem will approve your access. And then that's also where all of these videos are going to be put. In case you can't make it and you want to go back and watch the training videos, those will be on there and recorded and posted. But there's one thing that we actually just updated, and Alejandra's here, so she knows what's going on with this. She's actually been working on this project along with Kareem. Our commission demand form. I know some of you guys have the commission demand form floating around as a PDF document, and you guys just have it in your saved in your computer. We will no longer be accepting those as part of your package. So if you have a TC, let them know that they have to go into our back office website to create a commission demand form because it has to get generated from the website itself. So Kareem's going to walk us through how to do it. We'll go really quickly through it. So it's agent back office. So that's the homepage. You can see all of our wonderful pictures, quick links, commission demand form. So it gives you instructions how like the workflow from initial submission, then it gets pushed out to Alejandra for review. We'll get it reviewed right away. We approve it as well right away, or we make any revisions that need to be done and tell you, hey, something's not right. Go ahead and go back and redo it. And so there's all the communications electronic, and it's really fast. We're making it streamlined. So go ahead, go to the link itself. So you have the link there, and it literally looks the same as the other form, but this is how we're actually generating it. So you see, we just updated a few slides. I mean, a few lines on it at the top, whether it's off market or MLS. We want to know the contract date, close of escrow date when it closed, but everything else looks the same. So I'm not reinventing anything. It's just revisions to it. And then you just click on start filling. Go ahead and do that. And then all the same information from the form is there. You enter all of the information, scroll down. At the end of the form itself, you just hit, and again, all of this information is the same thing from the commission demand form. You just hit submit, and you will get a form generated once it gets approved. So once you hit submit, it sends it into email to Alejandra. Alejandra reviews it, says, yes, you're good to go. And you get a copy of the form. Once you get that form, you can go ahead and submit it to title for review. We'll get a copy as well. And then it automatically goes into a spreadsheet that we use to track all of our forms. So again, please use this form. That's the only way you're going to have a commission demand form. If you use anything outside of it, it's not compliant. All right. Any questions on this? No? All right. Pretty straightforward. But if you do have questions or something comes up and you need help,
Said you could set us up the back office.
Yeah.
Today. Okay.
Yeah. So what we'll have you do is just create, go on there. Actually, can you show how to go and create an account really quick? It should be pretty easy. And there's people online as well on Zoom that might benefit from it. So, okay. So he's going to sign out. This is what it normally looks like. This is the home page when you land on it. Go ahead and show. See, if you try to click on any documents, it's not going to let you. There's some things that are open, some things that are not. So if you try to go in there, it's going to ask you to log in. You won't be able to. If it says not a member, if you're not a member, you just click there and then you just enter really these 4 pieces of information. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's updated. I'm getting updated with the new
Yeah.
tools.
Right. Yeah. So that's all it is. We're not asking you to fill out a whole lot of information, just first name, last name, email, and phone numbers option. So once you do that, then it triggers an email to Kareem. Kareem gets the access request and he'll approve you. You'll have access. You'll be able to go log back in. All right.
Yeah.
Any other questions on this? No? All right. We'll move on. Okay. So we were back here. So again, the office updates are there. Okay. So here's some industry news. And a lot has happened. A lot has happened in the last couple of weeks. So I hope you guys have been paying attention. But one thing I wanted to highlight, Sacramento County pendings have actually gone up quite a bit. I pulled this information straight from MLS for MetroList. The week of January the 5th through the 11th, we had 149 transactions go pending. This is just single this is only residential transactions. I'm not talking about business. I'm not talking about commercial, nothing like that. Just 149, and I'm only looking at Sacramento County, 149. The following week, we had 208. In between these 2 weeks, does anyone know what happened to interest rates? They dropped. They dropped. So look at in a matter of 2 weeks, look at the difference between the pendings. Almost 71, 72 transactions more went pending over a previous week. So this last week we had 221 transactions go pending, which is actually showing us that the market in Sacramento is actually starting to move. The buyers are starting to respond. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I represented 2 buyers and both of those had multiple offers. And then I showed a house yesterday. I called the agent. I knew her. I asked her, said, "Hey, do you have any offers?" She said, "Normally I won't tell you." But she goes, "I know you, so I will." Had 2 offers. She was already 15,000 above this price. So the market's moving. Rates have dropped. There's a small window for your buyers. And if you have a buyer that you're working with that's on the fence, tell them, "Hey, it's probably not a good idea to be on the fence." I know I had a client go pending because she said, "You know what?" She sent me a list of 6, 7 homes and she said, "I want to look at these homes," but she wanted to push it out to the weekend. And this was Tuesday. She said, "I want to see them on the weekend." She wakes up on Wednesday, 5 of those were gone. They all went pending. She's like, "Never mind, I want to see a house tomorrow." The only house that was left for her to see, she wanted to see it. We went out to see it. We made an offer. We got it accepted right away. I said, we just, and she understood. She was like, I can no longer wait. So what I'm telling you guys and what we're seeing is that momentum is building week over week. Buyers are responding to the recent rate drops, which are now, they hovered around their lowest level in 3 years. So that's context for you guys to go out and take out when you guys are presenting a buyer, especially buyers who are on the fence and picky and saying, "Hey, I want to offer less. I want to do this. I want to do that." Sometimes it may not be possible. So having that conversation with the agent, understanding their offers and what they're working with is going to be helpful, because when rates move, buyers are going to move. And that's exactly what the data is showing us right now. All right. Any questions on this one? You guys are a tough crowd today. All right. I'm gonna share something about NAR. This came straight from NAR, National Association of Realtors. They looked at 10 years of housing data, and really over the last 10 years, housing has gone through multiple market cycles. I know it doesn't seem that way, but we actually have. We went through a period in about 16, 17 where rates started to shoot up. You saw COVID bring rates all the way down and prices go high. And then obviously then rates shot up. Market got a little bit tight, and so we went through a lot in 10 years, right? NAR has shown that. But one of the things that stuck out, and yes, we know prices, affordability, inventory, buyer expectations, they've all changed in the last 10 years. But what's most noticeable is how consumers choose agents. That's actually one of the biggest things that they took away in the last 10 years, that marketing has really changed how agents are being selected by consumers. And that's happened in the last 10 years. The biggest shift wasn't about pricing. It wasn't it wasn't about the affordability or anything like that, even though that has impacted. It's how people search, research, and validated real estate professionals. Because I mean, just think about 2 years ago. How many of you guys were using ChatGPT 2 years ago? How many of you guys are using it now? Okay. At least half the room. Okay. I can tell you, I just mentioned earlier that I'm headed to New York next week. I actually first heard of Perplexity at Inman last year. And I don't know if you guys remember this past Thursday, your training guy, he said, if you're not using Perplexity, you're probably behind. And guess what? I downloaded Perplexity in New York, but I never used it. It's actually my default browser today. It's been my default browser for about 4 months now. I no longer use Chrome because like in Perplexity, you can have a little sidebar that opens up and you can have it. You just ask it to extract data from whatever you're looking at, whether I'm looking at MetroList, like I'll tell you how I pull some of these reports. I'm on MetroList and I pull up all of our office production. I just say, give me all the production for the Berkshire agents on the buyer side, seller side, and tell me the total of it. And it just does it. It reads the whole screen. It reads it all. It just gives me a summary of everything. You have to pay for it. Google was free because they were selling your information. Perplexity, you have to pay for it, but it is a really, really powerful tool. And so being innovative, what I'm trying to get to here is your consumers are using technology tools. These are all out there. These aren't just for real estate professionals. And so the landscape has shifted and changed quite a bit. And so being on top of technology is going to be really, really critical for agents. And that's one of the biggest change that has happened in the last 10 years is technology, and agents that are using it is going to be key for being successful going forward. And so consumers now, today, they're researching longer. They're comparing agents online and looking for digital proof of experience and credibility. So what this means is if you're a seasoned agent who's been in the industry 10 years or more, don't be scared of technology. I'm going to tell you the perfect way for you to leverage it. If you've been in the industry 10 years or more, raise your hand if you've been in the industry 10 years or more. All right. You've been in the industry 10 years or more. That means you guys have a sales history. Go on Zillow. Look at your sales history. Advertise that. Promote that. It's your resume. Utilize it because clients are using that to research you. And again, I was here Thursday and I put myself out there and I let the guy do an audit on me. Not because I thought mine was great. I actually did it for the very same reason that I'm going to talk to you guys about is we all have work to do. Praveen was here. Do you remember what score he gave me? 50 to 60. And I thought I had a lot of stuff going on in it. I thought I did good, but I knew that I wasn't perfect, and that's okay. I'm not expecting to be perfect, but he gave me a 50 to 60 on my audit score. And so what that means, and I put a lot of content out there to try to put myself to be visible. But I'm going to tell you why I did it is because, again, it's for all of us to recognize that we all can improve on it. But I also have some success stories because I had someone reach out to me and said, hey, I found you online. And she found me through AI sites. I don't know which one. She just told me, she was like, I was searching online and I found, she knew that I did loans. She knew that I sold a duplex on her same street. She knew a bunch of stuff about me. She was like, you work with investors. And so she was like, I want to work with you. Out of the Bay Area, has no connection to Sacramento. She's going to sell her duplex with me and buy a new property with me. Found me 100% online. The one that I was just telling you that wanted to see 6 houses, 5 of them went pending, found me online. And I'm not just talking about me. I actually don't want to talk about me. I talked about Parkamall. Parkamall 100% online. His listing is 100% from a lead that he found online. I had lunch with a friend of mine yesterday. Another brokerage, not even from our brokerage. So I'm gonna give you guys success bits from another brokerage. He said, I had lunch with him right after church. He said, Oh, I just came back from a buyer's consultation. I said, really? How'd you get the lead? Found me on Instagram. Like, you didn't know them? Didn't know them at all. It's like so crazy. And he's like, look, anyone who's not on social media, not doing it right now, let me just tell you, the friend I sat down with yesterday, he's probably like 23, 24-ish, 25. And guess what? He's not super active on Instagram. He's not super active on social media either. And you know what his takeaway was? I'm going to be on social media way more. And he's just getting started. In fact, he has his contractor's license, and he said, what made me believe in it was that I just came from an appointment with a client. He's doing contracting work for them, remodeling their house. He goes, I came from that appointment. This lady moved from the Bay Area, bought a $750,000 home, and she bought it. And I asked her, how'd she find her agent? And she said, social media. He goes, she found her agent through social media, bought her house out here, no connection to the client. I mean, no connection to the agent at all. He gets a buyer's consultation through social media as well. And so again, I'm not just talking about me. What I'm saying is what's shifted the most in the last 10 years is how people are showing up, how they're showing up online. So I really want to encourage you guys to take advantage of these free platforms, because at the end, again, they're all free. Anyone paying for Instagram? Someone say yes.
Yeah.
No. Are you paying for it?
No.
Okay. Are you paying for Facebook? Anyone paying for TikTok?
You mean for advertisement?
For your account?
For advertisement?
No, just for the account. Anyone paying for Snapchat, TikTok, anything? No. I pay $24 but not for the account. I pay $24, $25 for the check mark, and I only do that for client security reasons, because people duplicate accounts, they scam people, and so I only do that. Aside from that, social media costs you zero. It's free marketing. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, because really, clients are looking for you on there. They're looking for an agent on there. If you're not there, someone else is. And so just make sure you're on there. Again, this means that success today isn't about waiting for the old market or waiting for it to come back. It's about adapting to the market that we're in. And we have to understand that the agents who win aren't waiting for the market to change. They're not. The market is producing. There's transactions. We saw it. 221 people decided to buy a house last week. They decided to go pending. So there's activity. And again, that's just in Sacramento. So they're not waiting for market to change. They're changing how they show up in the market, which is being visible and present online. So again, another review from NAR economists. There's a lot of fear-based headlines that are getting attention, but they don't reflect what's actually happening. One of the ones that I see often is foreclosures are up. You guys ever hear about foreclosures or delinquency up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you context for that. And just super easy to understand. If you had, and Sacramento's pretty big, if you had 100 foreclosure filings last year, right? Or last month. Let's use last month. If you had 100 foreclosure filings, if you get 25 more foreclosure filings next month, they say, oh, foreclosures are up 25%. That's 25 transactions. Doesn't mean Sacramento is going all bad. Headlines get spun way too easily by saying, oh, foreclosures are up, delinquency filings are up. But if you only have 10 more than last month, then it's a 10% increase. It's not going to break our market. And so when you have a client saying, oh, I heard foreclosures are coming out, I'm waiting to buy a foreclosed home because that's where you're going to get all the deals. Guess what? Get in line. So are 50 other people. And there's only 10 of them. So guess how competitive that's going to be. It's not a great move. So using fear-based headlines to get attention is not really what's going to happen. According to NAR economists, we're not anywhere near a recession. It's not even close. It's not. Buyers are adjusting, sellers are adjusting, activity is responding quickly. And we have to just understand that we have to know what's going on in the market with the rate changes. Because there's a difference between headlines and data. And right now, the data does not support that we're in a recession. It doesn't. It doesn't at the moment. So that doesn't mean it can't change. It totally can. But we're seeing this again locally in Sacramento. The moment rates dropped, I showed you guys a slide. The moment rates dropped, we saw pending shoot up 72, almost half of what it had been the week prior or 2 weeks prior. So in every market, there's a split. One group's going to pause because of fear, but the other one's going to lean in and understand that there's opportunity. So confidence is contagious. You have to take advantage of the positive things that are happening in the market and just let your clients know that there's still opportunities that are happening. And then lastly, there's DRE advisory. Have you guys seen this email? It came out. You guys should have gotten it. You guys are all licensed. So you guys probably got this one pushed directly into you guys. But I wanted to highlight this one because this actually happened. Something similar happened to myself and to one of our other agents. So there's active email scams impersonating the DRE and targeting California agents. So you'll get an email that say, hey, there's been a complaint filed against you. You have to do a fake course saying, hey, you have to do a course because there's a complaint filed against you. And then they try to spam you, or they try to get you with a virus, hack your accounts. And so just be careful because they don't come from official domains. So anything official from the DRE comes with the ca.gov email address. So just be careful because sometimes you will get some people that are trying to scam you and say, hey, there's this, that you have to do. The one that I've gotten recently that hasn't made it to DRE yet, for them to give communication out for, myself and Jason got one where we're getting inquiries through text messages or through emails where someone says, hey, I'd love to buy a house. Can I set up a Zoom call with you? My husband and I, or whatever, my partner and I'm going to send you a Zoom link. So they want to send you the Zoom link. You got it too? All right, Sanjeev. All right. So everyone's admitting to being guilty with me. We've all gotten one of these, or some people have gotten it. Essentially what they do is they want you to say yes. Once you say yes, they'll send you a malicious link, have you click on it, and then they hack you and they take over some of your account. So the way I got to it, I played along with the person. I said, oh, sure, I'd love to help you. Great, let's do it. And then I said, I will send you the link. You tell me what time works best for you. Guess what? They disappeared. So if you want to test it, you control the narrative. You say, hey, I'll send you the link. Don't accept links from people because we're just easy targets because they know that we're hungry for deals. The market's tough. And so it's no different than the cash crypto buyer who said they have $1.9 million in cash and they're ready to buy a house in the neighborhood that you're selling the home on or whatever. And they say, I'll send you proof of funds and they're ready to go and everything. Those all happen because they know that agents are looking for deals. So just be aware of it, pay attention to it, and ask questions if you're not sure.
Or have them come to the office.
Sure. I don't come into the office. Yeah. Yep. Easy way. Especially because a lot of these people will not want to meet in person, talk on the phone, like a normal transaction. They're going to avoid a lot of the normal things and try to do everything online or through email. So any questions on these two? All right. We'll move on. My clicker not working. Okay, so now we get into the good stuff. We have our marketing topic, which, by the way, I wanted to introduce to you guys Tony. She's joining us. She's coming in on Tim Newbold's team. So she's a new agent that we have. So welcome. And I just started off with telling her this morning. I said, the reason why we have these Mondays, I know it's hard, had a long weekend. We were tired, probably stayed up later than we should have all weekend. And so we're coming into Monday morning, dragging our feet, saying, I got to get things going. But how many of you guys play golf or have played golf? Okay, we have a couple. All right. Reza did it down here. Does that mean you're not? All right, partially. All right. So we're probably in the same boat. I'm down here too. I like to get out and golf every now and then, but I totally do it for the fun of it because I'm not that good. But when you start off in golf, you put your ball at the tee, and it's called tee box, right? That's how you start, and you hit it to start off, and from there, depending on how you hit it, is where you're going to land. So the reason why we have it on Monday mornings is because we're teeing off our week. We're getting our week started. I could do it on a Friday night or a Friday at 4, but guess what? It'd probably be just me and Kareem and Teresa here on a Friday night. No one likes to come in on Fridays. And then it wouldn't be a very effective meeting. So I do it Monday because Monday is as you're going to start to get ready for all of your activities on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to be successful, to set you up for your open houses on Saturday and Sunday. So we started off Monday. Yes, it's probably a hard day to do it on, but it's going to benefit those who care about their business. And so that's why we do it. So we're starting it off with teeing off. And I thought about this yesterday as I was going to sleep. I was like, you know what should be the topic? And I thought about it and I said, time, energy, and effort. That's how we're teeing off, with time, energy, and effort. And so what this means, how many of you guys are full-time agents and want to do this full-time? All right. I'm going to ask you guys a question here. If you were to go work at an office job and they hired you to be a full-time worker, how many hours are they expecting you to be there? 8 a day. How many a week?
5 days.
40. Okay, 5 days, 40. Okay. All right. So that means I just had a bunch of people raise their hand saying they're full-time agents. I'm going to ask the question: how many of you are putting in 4 hours a week into real estate? More than that. And so that's the benchmark. That's just the bare minimum. We should, if you're a full-time agent, you should be putting in 40 hours a week. Now you may be asking, well, Henry, I don't have nothing to do for 40 hours. I promise you, you do. I promise you, I can give you 40 hours of work to do. You totally can have 40 hours of work to do. So what this looks like is, we just talked about it. Thursday, we had someone challenge us, and I was the first one to put myself out there. How am I doing with my online presence? I thought it was good. Someone thought otherwise. I was mediocre at best. So I was 50 to 60%. Now, what that means is if you're not doing business, if you don't have a transaction in the works, if you have nothing in your pipeline, you should be doing 8 hours of real estate per day. And what does that look like? I have a worksheet for you. It means maybe some of you guys say, Enrique, I don't have the money to pay this guy to do the audit for me. Well, guess what? It's free. You can do it yourself. That's how I did my profiles. I just went on Zillow. How many of you guys have a Zillow profile that you actively manage? Okay. Go in there, take a look at it. That should be on your to-do list today. You guys heard him. As he audited me, he said, use these keywords. Where are you doing business? Where have you done business? How long have you done business? What are you doing? What languages do you speak? Use all of those keywords in your Zillow profile. Don't stop there. Go to your realtor.com profile. Go to your Google profile, right? Go into your homes.com profile. And then look at your website, your Berkshire website. Does that have your bio correct? Does that have all the keywords? And then look at your social media accounts. Do you have consistent headshots? I can tell you, I did not have a consistent headshot on all of them. He gave me credit for it, but I'm going to tell you guys, he was lying. My headshot was not consistent across all of it. I know that. And I'll be the first one to tell you guys that it's not. And I got to go back to work. And so if you tell me, Enrique, I don't have nothing to do, then that means your profile online, when they Google you, and when we search Google, Claude, ChatGPT, Perplexity, any of these generative AI sites, that means you're showing up as the best agent in Sacramento. And if you're one of them, then I give you the paper, I give you the clicker, I give you the computer, you come teach the class. Because I need your help too. Because I can still improve. Right? And so if you're 8 hours, that's what we're doing. If you're part-time, how many part-time? It's okay if you're part-time. So if you're part-time, then same thing, 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day. And you do that up until clients start to take your time. If you have clients, then yes, you can reduce the time. Yeah, I don't expect you to do 4 hours and ignore all of your clients' calls. Then you're doing all this work for nothing. The important part is the clients. And so if you have clients filling up your 8 hours or your 4 hours, then that's fine. Permission to not work on any of your profiles. But the moment you have free time, you should be going back to your profiles. You should be going back to your online presence. You should be doing the activities that matter. So this time is going to be spent building visibility, positioning, and conversations, just as Harkamal had. Simple conversations that started to happen just from regular online conversations that take place.
Lost it.
I move around too much.
Yeah.
I need to stop moving. The camera loses me. Did it catch me now? Is it falling? Nope. All right. Well, I'll try to stand here. So optimizing your profiles, bios, and platforms is like building a net. I'm not a fisherman. But if you just think of a net of a fisherman, if that net is weak and they get a big catch, what's going to happen to the net? It's going to break. It's going to tear. The foundation's not ready to take in the big catch. Well, guess what? If the market shifts and all of a sudden you have everyone trying to Google who the best realtor is and you're not showing up, your net's going to catch nothing. All the fish are going to go right through it. So again, you cannot expect a great catch if the net isn't strong enough. So this is where we're doing the activities to get us there. Any questions on the timing part of things? All right, nothing. Yeah, you guys are tough today. It's all right. The second one, energy. Have you guys ever been to a room where you feel like, man, kind of like how it is right now, a little bit tense, a little bit like what's going on right now, a little bit like I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I don't want to be bothered. You guys been to a room where you're just like, man, the energy was kind of heavy, and yeah. Unfortunately, when it happens, right? Like, I'm not even saying that this is equating to it, but I went to a funeral recently. You go to funerals and the energy is just different. Like, there's a lot of heaviness to it. And it's a part of life. We all understand that that's going to happen, but it doesn't take away from the heaviness. Energy is actually infectious. It's contagious. Even if someone was happy before going to the funeral and they show up, you're like, oh my gosh, I actually have to be sad. And you become sad because you see other people sad, right? You see the wife crying. So you're like, oh my gosh, like you hear all these things. And so the energy just gets transmitted. Well, same thing in real estate. If you're one of those agents who's like, man, the market sucks, I hate it, rates are stupid, and they need to fire Jerome Powell or whoever, and this and that, and like you just go crazy with it all, guess what your clients are going to feel? They're going to feel the exact same way. They're going to feel the exact same way. Foreclosures are up 25%. We now have 125 instead of 100 last month. Sacramento County is going all bad. The energy. What's your energy saying about you right now? Just do that assessment right now. What is your energy saying about you right now?
I'm sleeping.
You're sleepy?
It's quiet. It's I don't know.
All right, let's get him a pillow.
Yes.
Yeah. So energy is everything. Energy is everything. We're actually, like I said, I'm big on energy, so much so that I've been trying to convince Teresa, and I'm working on it, and I'm like 2 walls into it and 3 office spaces into it of having it painted, because even the colors that we have, like, they transmit energy. Like, what if this room were black?
Yep.
Dark, right? Well, yeah, when we paint our house, you're like, I want to go for this nice, vibrant, open concept with white colors and this. And like, if it's dark, you're like, oh my gosh, like, feels weird. So same thing, we just painted a new wall. We took down some of the old frames. You're going to see frames that transmit positive energy. We have the first one. Andrew just set it up. Andrew just built it for me or put it together. It says, what did it say actually? Do you remember what that one said?
I'm limited, like make the most of it.
Something like that. Well, we have another one that's gonna talk about becoming better 1%, and all you're gonna see it lined up across the office. Energy is important. How you view the market is important, right? So your energy is your message. How you show up, how you communicate, and how you carry yourself online is going to be how people perceive you. See, there's a thing that says there's a saying that says that perception becomes your reality. How people perceive you, and we know it as your first impression, right? Well, guess what? That's why we have to be ready to meet and talk to people at all times. How we dress, how we show up, how we appear was going to say a lot about us. What if someone walked in right now saying, "Hey, I want to buy $1 million house"? Are you ready for your energy to be at to match their needs? Because it could happen. It totally can happen. Now, if your energy says everything else, they're like, "Yeah, I probably don't want to work with this person." But do you blame them? Yeah. So the right energy is going to attract clients. The wrong energy is going to push them away. So we have to be transmitting the energy that's going to be attracting clients versus pushing them away. And so what this means for us, it's going to depend on how we show up, how we're presenting ourselves, how we're putting in the efforts. And so the next topic that I want to talk about as part of the T messaging is effort. Effort's going to be the separator between it all. Okay. That's what's going to make the difference. So you got time, you got energy, you have effort, right? This is what's going to distinguish everything, because high effort means consistent posting online. It doesn't mean like, "Hey, I did it yesterday, so I'm okay to do it, not doing it today." It doesn't mean that, you updated your profile a year ago, so you don't need to go back and take a look at it. I saw my profiles the way when he was putting them up there, like I saw 21 years, I saw 20 years, I saw 22 years, I saw all sorts of years, which was true for mine. Mine were wrong. So the effort means that we are consistently engaged with it. It's being intentional about it. Starting conversation. Like I said, Harkamal's story tells us he didn't know this person. He didn't know his client. All he did was interact with them online, having conversations. So he was putting in the effort. Having a social media page and doing nothing with it is almost like putting a flyer on that desk. Matter of fact, I'll ask this. How many of you guys seen all of those flyers that are on these filing cabinets right on the other side of this wall? You guys see them? Yeah, all the vendors.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this. How many of you guys stop to take a look at them before you're gonna make a call for a pest inspection, title company, or anything else? You guys go actively and say, "I'm gonna go look at it before I make a call." None. We all just pick up our phone. As a matter of fact, we probably Google them. Or we'll search them online. Yeah, I don't know my title company's phone number by heart, that's for sure. And I'm sure that one of their business cards is right there. My account executive for my title company, I'm sure her business card right there. I'm not walking over there to go look for it. I'm going to pull it up on my computer. The inspection company, same thing. There's tons of inspection companies that are up there. Home warranties, tons of them. Guess what? I'm not walking up there to look at it. So when we just create an account, and do nothing with it, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, it's almost the equivalent of putting up our flyer like this online and just saying, "Hey, come call me whenever you need me." It's not going to do anything. Now, the reason why we all love Lisa from Snap NHD, aside from that she brings you guys all lunch and popcorn, is because she comes in regularly. She checks in. She's like, "Hey guys, just so you know, if you guys need something, just call me. Hey guys, I give you guys a special rate. There's a discount on it. hey guys, I'm sponsoring your next event. Let me know what I can sponsor. Now imagine if Lisa just came and dropped this off and never showed up again. That's the same thing we do when we put up our account, Dewan Realtor, the best realtor in Sacramento, online and say, hey guys, come look for me. But he's not commenting, he's not liking their posts, he's not interacting with them, he's doing nothing. He becomes invisible. This becomes invisible. So again, staying consistent, starting the conversations, showing up even when engagement was low, like Harkemon. Being willing to feel uncomfortable. I'm telling you guys, I hate it. I hate being on camera. Matter of fact, I could talk to you guys perfectly fine. And then I think about this thing and I'm like, oh shoot, I better not say anything wrong. So I'd rather not think about it. When I make a post online, same thing. I've watched the video over and over and over again because I'm like, did I look fine? Did I sound fine? Did I use the right words? We all hate it. It's uncomfortable, but we have to make ourselves uncomfortable. So conversations create opportunities. That's where I'm trying to get to. So now this is where we get into it. And I'm gonna I got 10 minutes to go. So I'll start wrapping it up. Okay, working. All right. So again, why does any of this matter? The market is responding, buyers are searching. When buyers re-enter the market, they don't randomly call agents. They're not doing it randomly, they're searching. Online profiles, your bios, your reviews, your content. So the question becomes, when buyers are searching, are they finding you? So I'm saving you guys money. So if you guys, I know you guys, what was the cost for that Real Grader?
Well, the 30 minutes is free, just to go.
After that,
go over everything.
167.
Yeah.
Okay, so 167 a month. The first session was free. That was Thursday. This paper for whoever took it, it's I'll just do it for $99. So you guys could write me a check. No, I'm kidding. It's totally free. It's totally free. Yeah, go ahead.
The real great, they do a 30-minute free,
Yeah.
one-on-one if you guys want it.
So this, if you guys want to have that 30-minute free with Real Grader, you totally can. But this is also free. This is on behalf and courtesy of your brokerage. This is about the exact same thing they're going to cover with you. And they'll give it to you for free, but you also will have this. Now, this is a framework. Like if you say, I don't know where to start, I don't know how to go about it. Well, Real Grader charges how much, Sanju? 167. Well, guess what? With this paper, you can do it yourself and just pull this paper out every month or even every week. And then you save yourself 167 because we all said we're part-time or full-time agents. So you find 4 or 8 hours a day and you work on this, and then you save the 167 if you don't have the 167 to do it. If you're super busy and you guys are killing it and crushing it with all sorts of deals, so you can't do it, great. Hire a Real Grader, have them do it, have them take care of you. They'll help you optimize your profiles. Otherwise, here's your cheat sheet for it. So the first things first is, if they're going to find you, you need to be present. So I give you guys the parameters. If you're full-time, it tells you can check the box. If you're part-time, you check the box. Reminder, when clients enter your pipeline, they earn your time. The only reason why we're doing any of this is to get clients. How many of you guys came to hear me speak? Oh, I love you guys. You guys really didn't. You guys came here to get clients. I love all of you guys who said you guys came to hear me speak. Because hear me speak, I don't even like hear myself speak. We all do this to get clients. That's why we're here. That's why you're showing up. Because you guys want another deal. Because you guys want to help someone. So clients enter your pipeline, they earn your time. So the only reason why we're doing this is to have people earn our time. When they exit, you get back to work. I saw this, I saw someone post on Threads the other day say, hey, what can I do to make more money in between deals? Sanjeev, you're a high producing agent. What do you do in between deals? Let's say you have a deal that closed today and you don't have no clients in the pipeline, nothing pending, nothing going on. What do you do next?
Make calls. Pipeline.
It's not brain surgery.
What did he say?
He said he makes calls, he calls a pipeline, calls his previous clients, he starts looking for his next deal. This is a high producing agent.
In fact, I call every day, probably 15 to 20 people.
Even if you have deals in the works. High producing agent from the mouth of a house of a top producing agent in-house. Okay. Waiting for the next deal to show up is not a good strategy. I promise you, you'll never see me give you a worksheet to say, wait and see. If I do, go tell Teresa, fire me because I'm not doing a good job. Waiting and seeing is never the approach, but somehow we take that approach because our clients convince us that the market's bad. If the client says, hey, the market's bad, say, yes, I'll see you and I'll talk to you later when I can convince you that the market's good and move on to the next client. So next thing, one-time visibility audit. Look at all your platforms, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Threads, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever you use. We just had profile pictures for free. The brokerage offered it for free. If you didn't sign up or you came reluctant to take it and you weren't ready, I don't know why. It's free. This is something normally people pay for. This is going to help your profiles, your bios, all of your sites have consistent messaging across. I saw some hands go up that we use ChatGPT and all these other things. Insert your old bio, put it in there and say, ask me questions so that way I can rewrite my bio and update it to today's standards. If you have zero to start from, then go into ChatGPT and say, my name is Luis. I'm a real estate agent who has over 20 years of experience. Can you ask me all the questions that you need in order for you to help me create a bio for all of my online portals? Just ask it that. And then ChatGPT, whatever you use, Claude, Perplexity, it's going to ask you one by one. How long have you been in the industry? Share with me what you like to do for fun. Tell me this, tell me that. And once it asks all those questions, it'll give you a bio for free. Cheap and easy. Do that. Contact information. If you have old emails that you don't use anymore on your contact information on a website, don't do it. If you have old phone numbers, update those. And you guys may think like, who does that? What agent does that? Trust me, there are. We have agents where we can't even get a hold of them because we don't know what phone number they have anymore. So make sure all of your information is correct. Your location, your brokerage, all of that being correct. Again, search reviews and public profiles, anything from Google My Business, Zillow, Realtor.com, Yelp, all of these sites should have information about you. And again, name, phone number, email must match across all the platforms. Reviews are visible and recent. And maybe even do this. If you have no reviews and you've done deals, contact the last 10 clients that you had. Say, hey, you know what? I'm going back and doing an online audit about of my visibility. And I realized that I missed asking you for the favor of doing a review for me. Would you mind taking a few minutes? If you don't want to do that, do what the office did. Do a giveaway. Say, hey, I'm doing a raffle. Anyone that gives me a review, we'll enter them in for a raffle for a gift card. Do something like that because it's been so long. So go back and ask for those. And then again, your websites, brokerage websites, personal websites, anything, any real estate portal that allows for it. And then go in there.
And one more thing that
Yeah.
everyone should use it.
Yep.
And it benefits. Like normally, like a customer will, if you ask for a review and they're like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it just what I do. I want to show you guys something. You want me to show?
I have the same one.
Oh, we have a competition. Who's going to show first? Let's see. Who has it? Oh, Sanjeev beat you. Sanjeev beat you. Look, he got the card.
Okay, so I have this thing here.
Yeah,
same thing.
Google review,
Yeah.
Okay.
and you just come and scan it, and they will do right.
Oh, nice. Well, there you go. Key day. You have it
Just
now,
keep
please.
in your
Yeah.
wallet, wherever you feel comfortable, you know. Where do you get that? I didn't get it.
So,
Buy it
Buy
from
from
Amazon
Amazon.
for $10-$20.
and then you just have to connect it to you have to have your link from Google My Business page and then have it there.
And
Yeah. So you could do that. That's totally fine and
And
doable.
also the thing is, other thing is when you send your link from Yelp to the customer, you give you review, Yelp doesn't take it. Because it says it's that you are pressurizing someone or getting a fake review or
Yeah.
something. So
Yeah. Well, that's why I said you go back and you work with however you can. So I'm gonna finish it up because I'm at 11:30. Like I told you guys, I value your guys' time and I appreciate all of you guys being here. I started doing this maybe about 3 weeks ago, actually right around the beginning of the year. I have a 3-2-1 method. Okay. You guys can write it down. 3-2-1. Super easy. And it's free. All it costs you is your time, energy, and effort. I do this every day. Every day. 3 direct messages. This helps start a conversation, but don't sell. Just be a human. I saw yesterday a client of mine posted that they just had their baby. Congratulations. What a blessing. To me, children are blessings. So I'm being genuine. I congratulated someone on their birthday. I congratulated someone on their accomplishment. So 3 direct messages, whatever your preferred social media platform, be genuine. Okay. 2 comments, thoughtful, value-driven comments, not just emojis of saying like, oh, that's fire. No, 2 thoughtful emojis. I mean, two thoughtful comments, not emojis. 1 connection, add a new follower, add a new person, start following them, start supporting them, start supporting a business. Now, you guys may say 3, 2, 1, that's easy. I could do it. Great, do it. Do it. Be meaningful. I'm going to tell you what this does for you in 90 days. Just think about it. Today's the 26th of January. So 90 days from now would be right around like April 20th. By April 20th, you would have had, if you do this every day, you're going to have 270 direct message conversations. 270. That means you're going to have 180 meaningful comments and 90 new connections. If you say, hey, Enrique, I only have 10 followers right now. Guess what? You do this every day, you'll have 100 people in your follower account. Yes.
This is a question for on the Zoom, but if your Google page is new and all the reviews are clustered in the same date range, would that be weird or is that?
No, they actually allow for it. Google will allow for that happen. Yeah.
But if you use the word that you work with them, they are your colleague or they are your office mate, Google won't post it.
Oh,
So what Google actually is more scrutinizing over is also when you go on Google LSA, which is lead services ads. But if you're just a regular profile, it's okay to have as many. But yeah, I mean, if it's just like colleagues who are like,
Yeah.
I worked with him and he's the best, and it's probably not the best review anyway. Plus, your clients aren't going to really think a whole lot of it if they just see your best friend saying, I grew up with him and I love him. Like, it's not good. Again, after 90 days, you'll have 540 intentional touch points if you do 3, 2, 1. 540. This is how conversations turn into clients. Okay. This is how visibility compounds. This is what we do in order for us to remain visible and in front of people and not just like the elf on the shelf or the brochure on the desk. So you guys have the worksheet. Take it with you guys. Again, pay attention to the details because the details matter. I always say this, and I say this to everyone, and I believe it, that this applies across anything. It's never about the big things. It's the little things that become the big things. It's what we do every day, all the little unseen things. Like I said, Andrew working on all the little things that we're doing in the office that become the big things. It's never about like hitting a home run. You hit a home run, same way by getting 1 base at a time. And that's okay. Sometimes base hits are better than just going for a home run all the time. And if you do the little things, you'll get to the big thing, which is a bigger production count. So thank you for your time. Oh,
The interest rates might be dropping again like by 0.25% on 28.
All right, Sanjeev spoke directly to the Fed chair. He got confirmation. He got it from a Gmail account. They sent it to him directly, said, hey, rates are dropping by 4%.
On 28th, sir. Might drop at 4%.
Yeah, so there should be some more rate movements.
Did you mention about this AR due date?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was almost gonna cut it short. SAR dues are due on the 15th, but they need to be paid on the 14th. If you have not paid your dues, whether you're online or here, we will have to drop you from the affiliation. It's not our decision to make. Berkshire requires that we have our dues paid, that you're a realtor, that you have a designation. So we have to convert you into a referral agent only. I mean, you cannot transact, you can only refer. So pay your dues, have it done. We have to get it done by the 14th. That's good?
Yep.
All right.
After
Yes.
it's paid, you get the notification.
Yeah, because they sent us an email saying, hey, all of these people have not paid, so we get updated. We have a list. We've sent it out to everyone that hasn't paid. And so if it hasn't been paid, then yes.
May I call your expertise? And so I know you do a lot of business online,
Mhm.
but before you show the property to the buyer, do you to send the form and have the buyer sign it first, even though online? How do you show the property?
Show property. Okay. So I'm gonna answer his question. It's a really important question. If you guys feel like you have to leave, that's okay. I know I've already gone over. If you feel like you have to leave, feel free to do it. You're not disrespecting me. I know I've already gone over on time. So I value you guys' time. I respect it. So if you guys feel like you have to step out and not hear this answer, you totally can. Great question. And I thank you for asking that. Because I don't like to share everything about me because sometimes it comes across or it can come across that I'm sharing just success stories. But I've told you guys before, I can share numerous failures that I've had, and I will always be willing to share both. But one success story that I just had literally last week, I talked about the deal that the lady had 6 homes on her list to go see, and 5 of them went pending. Okay, that client called me. I didn't know her at all. Zero interaction with her, never heard of her. She never heard of me. Well, she did hear me because she Googled me. She found me online. And so she found me online. She called me, and I'll be honest with you, I was scared. I was like, oh shoot, I'm being audited. She had all the auditor questions. Like every question was like an auditor. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to answer everything perfectly. She was so prepared. This client was super, super prepared. I was like, someone called the DRA on me. I don't know what happened. She was like, what happened with the settlement? How does a buyer's agent get compensated? How can a person show houses? What happens if I go to an open house without an agent? Like literally, she was asking me every question. I was like, oh my gosh. And I answered every question. And I explained to her the settlement. I explained to her how agents get paid. I explained everything. You know what her answer was at the end of the conversation? She said, wow, thank you for responding and answering the way you just did. I can't tell you how many agents I've called and no one has been able to answer the question, the question the way you just did. She goes, and the worst thing is I've actually called realtor relatives and they couldn't answer the question the way that you just did. And so I explained it to her. I said, this is what happens. This is what happened prior to the settlement. This is what happened after the settlement. This is why we need the form. This is how we get paid. And I explained it all. And she said, great. So now I want to go see houses. Are you able to send me the form? I said, you know what? I'm able to send you the form. But I want to remind you that I have a satisfaction guarantee. If you are not satisfied with me, even if you sign this form with me, you don't know me, I don't know you. So I'm not asking you to believe me and that you're going to be held to this contract for the 90 days or whatever days that I put on this BRBC. I'm telling you, if at any given moment you are less than 100% satisfied with me, I give you permission to fire. Let me go. And so what she did, I gave her the peace of mind and I gave her the ability to say, there's no obligation. Yes, it says 2.5%, 3%, whatever I chose to put on my document for 90 days, whatever I choose to put, right? But I told her, if you're not satisfied with me, you do not have to use me. So I sent it to her. She said, I'm gonna review it. She reviewed it overnight, signed it, her and her husband. We showed a house. And she's under contract now. It's pending inspections tomorrow. It's 15-day close. We're closing super fast. So my answer to that is you do have to fill out the form before you show houses. What I want us to get in the habit of doing is sell the value. You don't sell anything else. You sell the value that you provide as an agent. Not the commission, not how many houses you're going to show them. Because if you say, hey, you sign this form so that way I can show you a house. Guess what? There's 8,000 agents that can show a house.
But the bottom line, it's still a good habit to have the buyer sign the form first before showing,
So clarification,
right?
it is not that it's a good habit. It is required.
Right, that's required.
Yes,
That's
it
required.
is required. It's not a matter of habit. Habit is something that you do that's optional. This is a requirement. You cannot show a house without a
Even
BRDC.
though it don't, list from online, from internet.
Anyone.
Facebook.
Anyone,
Because
doesn't matter.
They might be everywhere, maybe San Francisco, the different state, but we still need to send the form for the buyer sign for or show it.
Yes, 100%.
That's one, but just depend your skill for how you
Right.
talk, how you talk
Right.
with the buyer.
So NAR has already found out, and that's why I said I thought I was getting audited, because they're cracking down. They're finding out that a lot of agents are showing houses without it. Trust me, it's not worth you losing your license or having a disciplinary action against your license. Sign the form, sell the value, teach them that you are willing to give them a satisfaction guarantee to show them a house. Don't just say I open houses for a living. If you do that, no one's gonna sign your form. Yes,
So when you're doing an open house, that's different
right.
because it's an open.
Right. There's a sign-in sheet that you do that you're not their agent, that you're asking them
But
to.
once it
Yep.
becomes personal and you're representing them, then the BRDT.
So you go into zip forms and there's an open house form, that says, I'm not your agent, you're allowed to come in, take a look. No agency relationship, yes.
Okay.
At what point did you ask for the approval of access?
I don't. So if you're, see, the thing is, I do loans, so it's also different.
Yes.
But for anyone who's not doing loans, or if you do loans, then, I mean, really, if I'm doing their loan, I've already had their assets because I've pre-approved them. So that's part of my pre-approval process. It's not really tied to my showing houses process. That part's already all been taken care of. Because it doesn't do me any good to go out and show houses, have a BRDC for a house that's 500,000 and they're only qualified for 4. Like I've gotten that part out the way. So I do that in my pre-approval process. Yeah.
Oh,
I want to answer on that.
but I mean, in this case, you show you being a real estate agent. So how do you know this person has access to buy the house?
Yeah, so in that case, as you're talking about your BRBC, you get your BRBC and you could tell them, hey, we're gonna get you set up for all of these homes, right? I'm going through the list of all the homes that you sent me or that I'm sending you. In the meantime, can you work on getting me 2 things? If I'm not doing your loan, can you work on getting me 2 things? Your pre-approval letter and your proof of funds. Can you have that ready before our appointment? And what the reason why you say that is because some listing agents require for these to be submitted with the offer. I'll need to have these so that way, in case you absolutely love the house,
Yeah.
we don't lose the opportunity for you to buy it because we'll have everything ready to submit the offer right away. So it's all about framing. It's all in how you structure your sentences and how you present it to the seller.
Yeah.
Yes, or to the buyer. Yes.
So the BRBC, is that the form you're talking about in the zip forms for it, or is it 2 separate?
Yeah, it's the buyer's representation agreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
it's-
it's only the one form we have to have them sign?
For buyers, yes. It's basically how we have an agency relationship with buyers.
Okay.
All right, cool. Any other questions? Oh, yes.
I do have a question about the GoDaddy.
Yep.
Website. I was told that that's kind of mandatory, that you should have one, and then will it open up your exposure to social media?
Not necessarily. I can answer that question off topic. That GoDaddy is just a place where you can create your own personal website separately. Berkshire already gives you one, that you could get domains from GoDaddy, but it's not required, no. You can have your own, I have my own, but it's not through GoDaddy, I use someone else. And so who you choose doesn't matter as much, yeah.
You can get from Google also,
Yeah.
GoDaddy also. It's just a domain name.
Okay.
All right, thank you for your time, appreciate it. Have a good one. Yeah.
Is the onboarding for that in resources?
Yes, there's a section for that, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. There's a section for that, yeah.